How you doing, guys? Malik over at Modern Pawn. Today we're going to be talking about KelTec's PMR-30. This gun has been out for a while, but I'll tell you what, it is a rare bird. Very rarely do we see any come through the shop. We just happen to have a few of them at the moment. Kind of a little PMR rainbow down here. I have a black, a tan, and an OD green. All three very good looking guns. We're going to do a little review on these for you today. The PMR-30, if you're not familiar with what this gun is, it is a semi-automatic handgun made by KelTec, chambered in 22 Win Mag. 22 Win Mag has been traditionally a problematic round for making a semi-automatic, especially anything that has more than 10 rounds. KelTec and their engineers have done a really good job in developing this gun. They work real well. They run a 30-round magazine. That right there is a 30-round 22 Win Mag magazine. It is a double stack. It double stacks. They feed really well. They work really good. It is also designed in a direct blowback operated. It's actually a delayed blowback operated system where there's no locking lug. It does not a tip barrel system. There's no under lug like a Beretta. It's a direct blowback. Delayed blowback operating system, so the barrel and the slide move back in sync together for a short distance, about maybe a quarter of an inch before the chamber opens up and then cycles, etc. Nice thing about direct blowback operated guns is they're generally pretty accurate because the barrel does not tip up and then have to relock back into the exact same angle. The barrel stays flat the entire time. It is not a pin barrel. The barrel does float back a little bit, which normally does not affect accuracy. The chamber is held closed by the recoil spring. Some of the quick features on this gun. First of all, you got a Picatinny rail down here if you want to put lights, lasers, anything like that. You have a thumb safety on the side. That is ambidextrous thumb safety. You have a set of fiber optic sights. These come with, I think they all come with yellow, greenish yellow in the front and orange in the rear. 3-dot fiber optic high vis sights. For a 22, it does have a slide lock that does not have to have the magazine removed for it to work. And instead of using a traditional American style thumb mag release or side of the trigger guard mag release, it uses a more European style bottom of the mag well mag release, this button right here. Surprisingly fast on the reload. You can really just pinch and grab, tear that magazine out if you wanted to do a speed reload. I don't think it would be that slow. It would be a little slower than if you just could push the button as you were grabbing a new mag, but still nice and easy to get to. Seems to function really well. The gun is pretty much mostly polymer. This is a metal part on the slide. We'll take the gun apart in a minute here and show you the internals on it. These right here, again, from KelTec, very cool gun. What you get in the box is your pistol and 2 magazines. To break down the PMR-30, first of all, just like any other breakdown, make sure it's clear, remove your magazine, cycle the slide, physically check the chamber, look in there, feel it, 100% safe. You do not have to have the hammer in the down position, and you do not have to have the slide to the rear. So just in a safe condition, you're going to push on this pin right here, and it's detented. Once you get it over the detent, it's a little stiff, but it's not impossible to get out. Once that's off, the slide just comes right off the top. Now, the grip has, again, the safety here, and it actually has the hammer right here. So when you were to pull the trigger on this, that hammer comes forward and hits the firing pin. So it's kind of like a traditional double action, single action style pistol, except the hammer is inside the grip. So it's a pretty stout little spring in there to get that cock back down. You have to have that in the down position pretty much when you're working with it. So we're going to put it in the down position, put it on safe, and set this aside. The slide has your recoil spring here. It's kind of tricky to get the recoil spring out. What we found the easiest way to do it is this lower slide block, I don't even know what you want to call it. You push forward on this and grab the recoil spring, and then you would lift from the back and it would come out. I'll do that again for you. So what you're going to do here, we'll move this buffer out of the way. You're going to push forward on this block. You're going to grab the recoil spring. What you've done is taken the tension out of it, and then I'll just lift this spring up and it'll come right out. It's captured, so you don't have to worry about it flying across the room. Once that's out, this lower slide block, I guess, you slide this forward and this comes out, and then the barrel comes out like a traditional style barrel. There's your slide. This is mostly metal right here. There's this plastic shroud that's screwed down to it that holds the sights. But pretty much this is an all-metal slide with a little bit of a plastic on the back for grabbing a hold and charging and that kind of stuff. The barrel's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Has these two square blocks that sit in this right here. And really what this does, when you have this inside the frame, this kind of slides in and runs on a little bit of a track, but that pretty much stays in position, because once you pin it in place, the barrel has a little bit of movement to slide around on, but this doesn't move anywhere because it's pinned in place. So that's how this thing works right here. And this is held down to the frame via some rails. So pretty simple, straightforward mechanism, direct blowback operated. Not a lot to it to reassemble it. The barrel goes back in. This little guy right here has to go back on, so you slide this all the way forward. Oh, I got the barrel in upside down, so that wasn't letting me do that properly. So what you're going to do here with the barrel in the proper orientation, slide that back in. It drops in place. You slide it forward, and then this guy right here with the pin towards the back drops in, slides back. Barrel, everything's put back together. This little buffer right here, you'll see that there's only one orientation in which it goes back into place. You put that in, the recoil spring goes forward. We snap that back in place. The gun is almost assembled. We then slide the receiver back onto the slide back onto the frame, and we push in this pin until it detents back in place. The gun is back together. By the way, guys, this is basically a single action only style pistol. The hammer, it does have a hammer that does come forward, so it is not like a Glock or anything like that where it's like more of a striker fired. It does have an external hammer, and you should, if it is loaded, keep it on safe if you're going to carry this gun. It is, even though it doesn't look like it, it is cocked and locked. It is a cocked and locked position if you're going to carry it. This is, by the way, I think a very viable option for carry. These hold, first of all, they hold 30 rounds of ammunition, and you know, a lot of guys say the last thing you want to do in a gunfight is run out of bullets, because the gunfight's over once you do run out of bullets. That's a lot of ammo. 30 rounds of ammunition. The gun weighs 0.96 of a pound, so just a touch underneath a pound with an empty magazine. Loaded 30 rounds of 22 mag, couldn't weigh more than a few ounces. I haven't put it on the scale to see what it weighs, but that's a very, very lightweight package. I would bet that it's under 20 ounces fully loaded. Very viable carry option for someone looking for a lot of ammunition and a lightweight package with a good quality trigger. Speaking of 22 mag for carry, this is Hornady's Critical Defense. These are 45 grain FTX bullets. Out of this barrel, I don't know exactly what kind of velocity you'd get out of it, but Hornady advertises on the packaging that out of a 1 7/8 inch barrel, so on less than a 2-inch barrel, you get 1,000 feet per second muzzle. And out of a 24-inch barrel, so a full rifle, this will develop 1,700 feet per second out of a 45 grain hollow point bullet. That is cooking, guys. So I'm assuming this barrel is somewhere in the 4-inch range. You'll probably get every bit of 1,200 feet per second out of this thing. These Hornadys are jacketed hollow points with the little flex lock expansion starters inside the tip of the bullet that help not only with feeding but with proper expansion of the hollow point. Don't underestimate 22 Win Mag. It is a very deadly little cartridge. It is not just a basic 22. It's quite a bit of power behind these things. So KelTec PMR-30, guys, with a black, green, and tan. If you're interested in getting one of these, so guys, check us out at Facebook if you want to know how to get this pistol right here. www.facebook.com/Modern Pawn and Guns. You'll see what you need to do in order to get one of these over on Facebook. Appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe to our channel and stay safe.